Right, we finally have some transfer news to talk about. I'm recording this Wednesday morning. Obviously, Bristol go to Fulham today in the Carabao Cup. We'll not be talking about that. We'll be talking about Bristol potentially signing someone new. Yesterday evening, around 6 o'clock, news broke that Bristol were monitoring. This is according to Bristol Live, monitoring and are aware of Leart Paqarada situation at Cologne amid speculation in Germany. And then Dan Carter said, understanding is that nothing concrete has yet been agreed or expected imminently at this stage, but seems a natural fit given the Struber connection and the need for reinforcement at left back. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're going to talk about. Straight away on Peqarada is, I will say, I have no idea how to pronounce his name, so don't hold me to it in the comment section down below. But yeah, I've had a little bit of digging. I've done a little bit of digging into his sort of play characteristics and what sort of player he could be to Bristol City and what sort of asset he could be for us. He's a 30-year-old and he'll turn 31 in October, so not that far into the distant future. It's not really the profile we've signed in recent years, a little bit of a different one, but it's obviously good to sort of sign experience. We've lost experience this summer, Naki Wells. I obviously lost Cal Naismith as well, but we lost him in January, really. And then Matthew James, Andy King the previous summer. So we have lost experience, sort of 3 windows running, and a bit of experience to sort of combat that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We haven't got, it's not like we haven't got experience in the squad. We've got tons of young players who have played absolutely, ridiculous volume of games for their age. Randall, Jason Knight, Max Bird, Zach Viner, Max O'Leary. There are players there who have played hundreds and hundreds of games for many different clubs, and it's not really a problem with experience. So it's good to bring in an older head into that dressing room. Probably he's formerly of Bayer Leverkusen, which is a brilliant high profile. He was there. He was at Sandhausen then for 6 years, and he was then of FC St. Pauli. He's currently in FC Cologne, and we'll talk about how he did last season. So last season at FC Cologne, he worked under a certain Gerhard Struber for 32 games out of their 34-game league campaign in the Bundesliga. Peqarada played 31 league games. He got 6 assists from left back, and the numbers, the underlying data, certainly show that this fella can certainly attack from left back. So Peqarada played as a left back in Struber's 4-3-1-2 system at Cologne last season and produced some very, very good attacking numbers. And that does give me encouragement, despite him playing left back last season predominantly and not really playing in a wing back system for a while, that despite that, I think this guy should be able to transition from a fullback to a wing back pretty easily. And let me give you some numbers to say why. Got 6 assists last season in the Bundesliga, 9.01 expected assists, so actually underperformed his expected assists, and his other numbers are actually pretty good as well in terms of a forward and chance creation wise. 82 chances created, which puts him in the 100th percentile. So basically, no one does it better than him. If might be very, very few, but really no one else. 74 successful crosses as well, which again puts him in the 100th percentile. So same thing. And so this guy can not only get forward and put a cross into the box and stuff like that, this guy can produce good quality at the end of it as well. So this is a fullback and a wing back who could play wing back in this Bristol City system, who I think will be a very, very, very good fit into what we're doing at the moment. So a bit of context to all of that, because I'm sure you're all saying, great to get him signed up, sticking him at left wing back, and watch this just come in for fun, right? A little bit of context to all of that. This guy obviously played in the Bundesliga 2 last season. That was the second division of Germany. We're in the Championship, the second division of England. You could argue that there is a little bit of a gap between the Championship and the second division of Germany. Is that step up? If there is a step up, gonna reflect in terms of his numbers and then slightly dropping down and not being as fruition, possibly. That's cool. That's a little bit subjective in terms of whether you think there is a step up that is big enough for that to happen. And obviously, he played for a team in Cologne who last season were expected to be right in the top of the Bundesliga 2 and were eventually at the top of the division as well. So Bristol City are not that sort of club in the Championship. We're not expected to be right near the top of the division. So that has got to be taken into account as well in terms of numbers he actually produced, his output last season, because that's he's not going to be playing. He's not going to be playing in a team in Bristol that's as good as Cologne are in the second division of Bundesliga. That's what I'm trying to say. Finally, on Peqarada then, he was left out of Cologne's first league game of the Bundesliga season after they got promoted, obviously. They won 1-0 at Mainz. He was left out of that, and he was left out of their DFB Pokal game, I think, as well, so the cup game. So basically, he's one of a few players that Cologne have actually gone, right, don't need you anymore, so he's probably just been bombed out, if you will. And Cologne have signed Christopher Lund on loan, who's started left wing back against Mainz in their first league game. So further indication that Peqarada services are no longer required. And good thing for Bristol City, if we were monitoring him for a while, we probably have been doing, we probably can get him cheaper at this point in the window than we probably could have done later in the window, purely because there's more of a need for Cologne to get players that are not needed or not going to play at all to get them out and off the wage bill. So it does produce a little. It's actually not the worst thing for Bristol. Probably could get him for a better deal. So what does this mean for the wing backs and fullbacks we have within the football club at this minute with this potential signing? You've got Ross McCrory and Yuhiro Kawa to start the season as the wing backs. McCrory, I think you'd rather see play on the right hand side. In my opinion, he looks a little bit more comfortable defensively, and he's right-footed, so right-footed player on the right hand side makes a little bit more sense, and he looks, as I said, a little bit more comfortable. I understand he produced some great numbers on the left-hand side as a left wing back last season, but that was a different system, different manager, stuff like that. So I think you'd rather see McCrory as a right wing back option. Yuhiro Kawa, I don't want to see play as a wing back, if I'm being brutally honest. You'd rather see him play up the pitch. I'd rather see him play up the pitch, higher up the pitch, where he can make more of an impact in the final third, get into the final third more, be a bit more direct, but just show his attack qualities a little bit more. For Campering, whose injury has probably caused Bristol City to push and look at wing backs a little bit more, left wing backs a little bit more. This signing, once Pringy's fully back, would probably mean good competition, great competition for Campering. This is someone in Peqarada who's played 30 times for Kosovo, has got good international pedigree, played loads of games in Germany, so can only mean good competition for Campering. Hayden Roberts is probably the one I'm looking at and going, this might signal the end of his Bristol City career, purely because the squad is already at its limit in terms of numbers, and adding someone else in would probably mean someone goes out in that position. And Hayden Roberts is the only one I'm looking at going, you've not got on the pitch. You've made the match squad, but you've not got on the pitch. Struber hasn't really looked like he trusts you either. You've already been linked away with the move this summer to Stockport, in particular Hayden Roberts. So yeah, unless Bristol City see him as a centre back, in which case I'd still be reluctant, because you've got options as centre back: McNally, Dickey. McNally to come back from injury. Dickey, Viner, Atkinson. I'd honestly see George Stanner as a centre back. I'd rather see him as a centre back than as a wing back. Then you've got youngsters like Knight LaBelle and Campbell Slowey as well, so that's 7 already. I don't think Hayden Roberts fits into the mould of a centre back that Struber would like to see either. So I think Hayden Roberts, this potential signing, or the fact that we're looking at left wing backs, probably means something's going on in the background where he's probably, probably a move lined up for him. That's going to signal the end of his Bristol City career. But that's it, really. Thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get your thoughts in on Leart Paqarada in the comment section down below. Obviously, we've not signed it, we've not made an offer or anything like that. It's literally just rumours in a minute, but we've been a bit starved of rumours, haven't we, over the past few weeks? So I thought, let's get in on it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Get your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.